What's good, fam? TC here. Check this out. The Congress just passed the new military budget. Okay? Now, everybody knew that there was going to be a big increase in military spending. Everybody who paid attention to this stuff knew that there was going to be an increase. I mean, Donald Trump said during his campaign that, we got to rebuild our military. Truth be told, we spend more money on the military than the next, 20, 25 countries put together. Y'all heard me talk about this shit before. But anyway, the military budget is going to be up around $750 or so billion. Damn near $1 trillion. And they'll probably go over that before it's all over with. They got a big increase. And that increase was approved by both houses of Congress and both sides of the aisle. So all of the politicians agree that we need more money spent on war. We need more money spent on planes and ships and bombs and nuclear weapons and shit. Not to mention all of the other cyber warfare and all of the drone warfare and shit like that that they spend money on. We need more money for that. We don't need to spend any money on education. We don't need to spend any money on health care. We don't need to spend any money on social programs for poor people. We don't need any money for that. We need more money for death and destruction. That's what we need money for. And that to me is a fucked up situation to be in and a fucked up way to live. But that's how this country is geared. Okay? So both sides of the aisle agree that death and destruction is the way to go. They already got the next war already planned, as most people who pay attention to this stuff already know. We're going into Iran next. And it's going to be much, much, much bigger than the war in Iraq. Because Iran is 2 or 3 times bigger in area and population, got a much better military, but we got to finish vanquishing all of Israel's enemies, and Iran is the next one on the list. Just like Donald Trump said, gonna bomb the shit out of them. And when you do all of this bombing, all you're gonna do is create a whole bunch of new terrorists. And I use the word terrorist in quotation marks because I had to explain this shit to a white boy at my job. When you send a drone in and you blow up somebody's house looking for some guy who you calling a terrorist because he's speaking out for his people, you blow up some guy. You don't just blow up his house. You usually blow up the house next door to him, or you blow up the car sitting in the front of the house. You blow up. There's a lot of collateral damage. All right, and the collateral damage is often people who had nothing to do with the shit. They don't even know why this shit is going on. But the collateral damage could consist of some 14-year-old kid who has a grandmother or a little sister who also get killed. Or he doesn't die, but they do. Now he's pissed off and he's going to take revenge on who he thinks is responsible for that shit. And rightfully so. But now he's a terrorist. Every so-called terrorist you kill, you create 500 more. You really do. But that is the idea, you see, to keep the war going, to keep the war profiteering going. Because that seems to be the only way this country can maintain and sustain its economy, through war. I mean, that's what the politicians think anyway. You and I know better, but that's what they think. And the only way we can, I guess, get these motherfuckers out the White House is when they start their fucking war, millions of people pour into the fucking streets in protest. Now, truth be told, that's what I'm hoping to see. That's what I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping to see massive anti-war protests not seen since the Vietnam War. Because Trump, he got to hurry up. He's got to hurry up and get the shit started. Because that investigation breathing down his neck. And this ain't just coming off of shit I read online and everything. It's just from my own knowledge and the research I've done and what's in plain fucking sight. Because while this investigation is going on, he in hot water. He's getting a little scared. His lawyer turned on him, blah, blah, blah. He needs to get a war started so that we can be ass deep in this war when this investigation comes to its conclusion or when the next election rolls around so that, he has a better chance of getting reelected. He needs to do that. And while this investigation is going on, a little side note, the Congress, the Republican Congress, right, passing all kinds of little nasty ass legislation, right, and he's just signing on it, right. They're getting everything they can think of while they keep pumping this Russia bullshit in our ear and keep everybody distracted on that while they pass all their little bullshit legislation, right. But in the big picture, it's not the bullshit legislation. The big picture is the war they want to get started. $700 billion for the military. What's that? What did it say? An 80-something billion dollar increase in spending over last year? You know what I mean? And last year they gave them more money than they asked for. And all of that money is for what? We got to justify spending all that money, so we got to get a big war going. And then, when you get the big war going, the veterans come home and they get shitted on. That's another thing. When the veterans come home from fighting these wars, they get shitted on. They killing themselves, what? Every day. They committing suicide. I don't want to start rambling again, but just know, you got to keep your eye on what's really happening in this country, or what's really happening to this corporation called the United States that we like to call a country. You got to keep your eye on what's really going on. And what's really going on is this next big war that they're about to start, and this next big military campaign that they're about to embark on that will go on for another 25 or 30 years. And if you don't think so, just look back. We've been in Afghanistan 16, 17 years. 16 or 17 years. We've been in Iraq 15 years. Actually, when you think about it, we've been in Iraq since 91, since the first Bush Gulf War. So it's just endless, perpetual war. And that's what these big military budgets are about. Man, I tell you. And then, on the domestic front, you got the motherfucking white supremacy and all of that shit going on too. But that's the stuff of another video. I talk about that shit all the time. But, man, just watch that military budget. And by the way, I told y'all wasn't nothing going to happen in motherfucking Korea. Korea too small. They ain't trying to bomb no Asians anyway. All Kim Jong-un and his daddy and them wanted was for us to stop running the military drills. That's still part of their fucking, part of their condition to end the nuclear program. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to keep my videos short and keep this video short. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button for me, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Excuse me, I gotta mention something real quick. I got a thumbs down on one of my videos. Motherfucker told me my shit what I said sounded dumb. I was talking about white supremacy and how the killing and the murder of Neil Wilson was white supremacy and racially motivated, even if the media doesn't say so. That's textbook definition of the shit. And the motherfuckers just put in my comment section, dumb. I deleted the comment. I tried to block the motherfucker, but I couldn't find his channel. But let me tell you something. Anybody that doesn't understand the message I'm putting out, stay the fuck away from my shit. Anybody that ain't got sense enough to keep up, back the fuck up and go find somebody who you can keep up with. Because I ain't with that bullshit. I'm telling you right now, I ain't. I'm going to block you. I'm going to cuss you the fuck out, then I'm going to block you. And that's how that's going to go. Anyway, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and leave a comment below, all right? Peace behind me, my Afro lady. She's still a work in progress. I'm still doing my chacos. I just love that shit. Anyway, TC, and I'm out.